We do have a woman who has followed her calling in her life. She's not doing accounting. She's not in a court of law.
No.
Defending people. She knew exactly why she was born, what she was meant to do, and guess what? She did it. There she is, Viola.
Hey, V.
Hey, Vivi. She is so super talented. Her music is unbelievable. And I like the fact that she's taking her craft to the next level and is very professional about it, which is the kind of musicians we like to showcase here.
Exactly.
True.
Taking Kenyan music to the next level. Let's have that conversation now.
Milele is her song, her latest with Kolo. I love it. Take a look at this video. It's nice.
Well, up a beautiful, Viola Karuri milele.
Hapa naposimama nikiwa bila mashaka, jua linatua, nimekaa kuburudika. I'm rolling solo, tena nimeshazoea. Sina mchumba, nilichoka kutafuta. Alafu nakuona, I stand there with no worry. Macho ya kutana, na nashindwa kugeuka. Roho inadunda, kama msakato wa rumba. Kwa kweli you don't make me want to say
Swahili ninayo nina Tanzania za kufanya uwe Mkenya na mimi Mtanzania. The kind of loving I give is unusual. I see you tunable, that's why I'm tuning in to FM. You're undisputably hashtag you can get it if you know what I mean. I see you me, I mean, yeah, this is here. Sipa marara na kuruma kamu fasa pia. Girl, have no fear, I keep it real next year. Milele mimi naweka ni bidinda tia Kolo.
Milele featuring Kolo from Viola.
Viola.
Viola, you prefer to say Viola?
Yes, Viola.
All right, so I'm going to call
And Kolo
you
is
V.
is not Kolo anymore. He's Collins Majale.
For real?
Yes.
He's not King Warab?
No, oh, he's King Warab, but
That still remains.
yes, that still remains, but he's he's now Collins Majale.
Oh,
Where have you been? Where have
I
you
know,
been?
generation swag. I'm telling you, you just blink for 1 second, things have
Yeah, I
changed.
think it's changed all over, you know.
But welcome to AM Live. You're
Thank
such an
you.
amazing young lady.
Thank
It's
you.
such a pleasure to have
Thank
you
you. So
here.
are you.
Thank you. No, I mean, really, let's focus. The focus here is on you. It's all about
Suddenly I'm
you.
flipping it. I'm
Yeah,
interviewing
do
you.
not even try that, girly girl. This is your moment. It's all about you. And we just watched your brand new video, and it's brand new.
Brand new.
It's not just new. You know, guys who say it's new and it was released like 3 years
no,
ago.
No, brand spanking new.
So when
They
did you
say that.
release this one?
About 3-4 days ago.
Wow.
Yes.
It's still hot.
Yes.
It's like biscuits from the oven.
Oh, yeah.
Who can't
Smelling
touch.
fresh and nice.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Then, of course, Biogopa video.
Yes.
Before we talk about Milele, you've just brought me up to speed and told me that Milele is not your first release.
No, it's not.
You've been here
I have
for
been
a minute.
for a minute.
No, really, for a minute, a long minute. But let's go back to the beginning, Viola.
yes.
Tell me about you. Where did it all begin?
I've told this story so many times.
Well,
but
you haven't
I will.
told it
I
to
haven't told
me.
it to you. Okay, long time ago, after high school or in high school and after.
Okay,
we were
what
in a
high school
group.
was this? You know, we're talking to a sensitive batch of people who just found
That's
out their
true, because
results
I
yesterday.
know, and my school did good.
What school? What school
Bishop
did you go
Gatimu
to?
Gandu Girls.
And what number are they?
Well, I didn't see the number, but I got the.
But they
you know,
represent you.
yes, yes. We always represent. We're a Catholic school, you know.
You hold it
read
your
hard.
own.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
here you were, a nice
So,
little girl
yes,
in
in
this
high
school.
school. And we formed a group called Sobriety, and Amani was one of the members of Sobriety. And we came out and we were signed to a label called Shilton Entertainment at the time. And we recorded a couple things, including, we used to record at Ted Josiah Studio. I think he used to be there.
Yeah, how
Nikki.
awesome.
Yes. So we did that, and then time came for us to go to campus, and we all split up, and I went to Berkeley College of Music in Boston, and the rest is history. I studied music there, and Eric was there as well, and after that, I did production and engineering.
Oh, wow. There's somebody called Eric Musyoka you must meet, because he did a lot of production and music engineering too, and the two of you would get along.
Would-
like
we
a
would get
house on
along,
fire.
yeah?
Your next hit has got to be produced
By
him.
Musyoka.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just
I'll
saying.
keep that in mind.
And
I'll keep
Musyoka,
that
you
in
can
mind.
pay me
You can.
commission
I know.
later.
What's up with that?
All right, so
you
you
just shouted him out, you know.
It's just that you've both studied something that he's got such a real passion for.
About, okay.
And I'm thinking, if you were recording with somebody who also understands why you're recording the way you are,
Yeah.
it would make for an easier ride in the
Yeah,
studio.
it does.
But-
It does. But I record with Lucas from Ogopa right now.
Yeah.
You know, Musyoka is great.
But
But
you've got a home.
We have a system going. You know, there's this thing where people think music is just easy. You walk in and you sing and all is fine and dandy, but you have to have some sort of understanding with who you're working with. They have to know who you are, what you're about, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. And like for me, I co-produce all my prior album. I fully produced. So right now I'm co-producing with Ogopa, and I think we found, you know,
Something that works.
you know, it's rocky, of course, from the beginning when everybody's trying to mark their territory, and but I think we found that space where we're both, you know, we
Co-creators.
it's working.
and
Yeah, it's working.
But before we talk about the now, you know, we're still in the
then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here you are in Berkeley, and you're studying, and you're
yes,
doing good.
and I've graduated, and I
Yeah.
moved to New York to do to work in studios, and I was one of the few female engineers in New York. So it's one of those things where it doesn't hit you until you're in it. Because who would have thought people call to request female engineers? So I worked quite a bit there, and I had a band as well, and we used to play, you know, a number of places. And then I went to the studio and recorded my first album, which is called Everything. I released it there, then I moved back home in 2008, December, and I released it here in 2009. And and I've been working ever since. Working hard, doing a lot of work, paying the bills.
Okay, so when you say you've been working hard, it's not necessarily working in the studio and releasing music and touring and performing.
Performing
and-
mainly. Yes,
you got a 9-to-5 job, or is it just performing?
Gosh, I couldn't stand a 9-to-5 job.
Did you
Sorry
even try
to those
one?
who have 9-to-5 jobs. I did.
It's sort of the prerequisite.
Yeah,
When you come back
you
from the
have to
States or from
try.
wherever,
Yeah.
you have to try because there's
Yeah.
family pressure.
Yes.
And of course the bills to be paid. So
Yes.
you tried and it didn't
I tried.
really
I
work
tried
for
for
you.
3 months.
What were you doing?
January, February, March. Okay, February, March, April. By April 5th, I was like, get me out of here.
What were you doing?
I was actually a music teacher.
Okay, so it was just too much.
I was a music teacher, and it was too much. I couldn't do it.
You needed
I
to be
couldn't
on
do
the
it.
stage.
Yes.
You needed to be recorded.
Yeah,
You
and then I
needed to
felt
be
that
expressing.
it took a lot of my time. It took a lot of my time where instead of, I would have to squeeze band practice like some late hour in the evening or something like that, and I just didn't have time for it. But I really admire people who can do 9-to-5. I couldn't do it.
All
I
right.
couldn't do it.
Now, I noticed a lot of bling on your hand. Tell me there's a lucky man. And if there's no lucky man and you just, put a ring on it for yourself, that's fine too.
No, there is.
There's a good man.
There is.
So had you met him then?
Yes.
And you were lucky enough that he had a 9-to-5?
Yeah. Yes.
So you could take off and,
Yes,
pursue
do,
this
yes,
wonderful thing you
yes.
wanted to
It's
do.
it's good to have that. It's good to have support in your life, because this career is not easy.
No, it's
Music is not easy in any way, shape, or form. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of you have to have. I mean, you have to be very passionate about it,
yeah.
to even make any sort of headway in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your journey starts in earnest when you've come back. You've decided this is it.
I like that. My journey starts in earnest. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, because you've quit a job here.
Yeah.
You are saying, I don't have a safety net
Yes.
anymore. It's do or die, and
Yes.
chances are it's going to be a do. So what was the first
It
thing
must
you did?
be a do.
It must
As
be.
Lupita said, what did she say? Your dreams are valid.
Yeah.
And they have to be. It has to be a do.
It has to be a do. So what
it has
did you
no
do?
option. So I made a lot of contacts, launched my album, and played a lot. I've been playing quite a bit. I thank God for that. I've been very lucky. And then, so last year I decided that I was going to record my second album. And that's when I had a chat with Ogopa, and we found a middle ground, and we agreed that this is the direction I'm going to take. I'm not signed to Ogopa
because
I
you
have
are
my
still
own, my
an
own.
independent.
Yes, I am still independent. I have my own A&R company. It's called Red Lily Entertainment. So we're in partnership with Ogopa. We're co-producing my work. Okay. So we found that middle ground and decided to start producing music towards my second album. And I released a song last year called Aibu, about 8 months ago. Aibu, Out the Door, and it did okay. And then I, took some time to figure out how it was how it had done
What
in the
effect
market.
did it have?
Exactly. That's the advantage of producing in that way, is that you're able to judge before you move on. So I said, let me do one test project to see what direction I should take. If the direction I had before is something that I could continue in, or if this new direction is what I could do. Yeah.
And sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
And
go
the biggest struggle for an artist is there's the market, and then there's you expressing yourself. And there are times when you'll come up with a song and you think it's so beautiful and it is so amazing,
And
but
then
then
you
you
put it out
release
there,
it
and
out there, and everybody looks at you like,
what were you trying to do over there? Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
So
Yeah.
just finding that balance where you can still express yourself
Yes,
and
be
make a
true
lot
to
of
you.
money,
Yes,
because
yes.
that's why you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is, because it's a business. It's
Yeah.
a music business.
Yeah.
You're not in it, so long as you're not in it as a hobby, you have to earn at it.
You have to earn a living.
yeah.
So that's what you were doing
Yes,
after
trying
Aibu.
to figure out that.
And if
that
you look at
balance.
Milele now, are the two in tandem? Will you get your money, and will you also express yourself? Are you happy with it?
I hope I will get my money.
I think you will get that money. You better try. I'm just letting you
you're my first interview since the release, so.
Really? No,
Yes.
no. Well, that was only 3 days ago. So I know it's definitely going to pick up for you. But
Yes.
let's talk about the challenges being a woman being in this industry, you remember it from way back and you see what it is now. Has it become more difficult to crack now than it was then?
I don't know if I can say it's more difficult. I think it's just different. I think then it was very, we didn't have the YouTube, the Facebooks and all that. It was just pure music. In that sense, it may have been a little bit easier because it was just about the music, as opposed to now where it's more about everything else. You as a person, what you have to sell, and the video is just as important as the song, and you have to, it's not the same. I think it's grown, it's mature, but it's a little bit harder, in my opinion. And for women, I think, I don't know, I find that women kind of get the short end of the stick. I think that we're harsher judged than men are, both physically and in our work, but mainly physically. It's always about, they say sex sells.
Exactly.
But
take a look at Usher with his ribs and everything showing and his abs, and then somebody else who's a chick decides to do the same,
and you're being told.
It's a problem.
It is. It's a double standard.
Yeah.
But, you have to live with it, or you can find a guy who weighs a ton, literally, and a chick who's
Rick Ross, we're talking about you.
My God.
And then a lady who's Adele, and you just
she
have
gets
to
so
push
much
harder.
Yeah. It's a lot less about your talent and more about
packaging, the outside.
Yes.
But that is the kind of world we're living in, where appearances count for so much more than they really should. And you'll find yourself swimming upstream. But what keeps you centered? What keeps you going? Do you believe this is your calling?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I couldn't do anything else if I tried. This is what I was born to do. You know that feeling where you get on stage and you're terrified. I have a horrible stage fright. Do you have stage fright?
Oh, it's the worst.
It's
when I have to sing, I can't even breathe.
I know, but it's just an amazing feeling. In that petrification and that horror, you find this space that is you, and it's almost like an out-of-body experience.
Quiet. It's so still, but once you tap into it,
and it's fantastic.
Fine.
It's a high. It's a higher than drugs or whatever. But
really
it's great.
You've captured it, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But just talking about this and seeing you.
I wonder, when I interrupt, I wonder if there are stockbrokers who say that about or
about
just
what they do?
Some corporate person. It's a high.
I think it is, because if you are in your calling, chick, at some point it stops being work.
Yeah, that's
it's just
true.
up there.
Yeah.
But in seeing how excited you get just describing how you feel about being in music, a lot of students yesterday got their results, and some of them are wondering, what's next for me? And some families are thinking, this one must be a doctor,
lawyer,
this one must be a lawyer, but they're thinking, no, I want to be a dancer. And even to just put that on the table is a sin. They could even be thuped because they want to be a dancer. I mean, who becomes a dancer with an A?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to parents like that? And then, of course, the other end of the scale, parents who are considering taking their kids back to rewind.
I would say that parents, especially in this day and age, we're in an era where, there's success in different things. We are not just all lawyers or doctors. I mean, in our generation, we were a little bit younger. It was a little expected of our parents to keep pushing in that direction. I was lucky. I had a father who was very liberal in terms of I told him, I didn't tell him I was going to music school. I applied on the side, and my letter I was going to do law at Moi University. I got the letter and hid it, and waited for my Berkeley letter to come through. And when it came through, it actually came on the day I was supposed to report to school. So I told him, I was supposed to report to school today, but on the other hand, here's my letter.
Another one.
Yeah, so it was
chops.
one of those things. So I was very lucky in that he was okay and said, you know what, if that's what you want to do, go and do it. So I highly advise parents to listen to their kids, listen to what they're interested in, but again, be realistic with them as well. There are people, I mean, we watch all these American Idols and you see people going for auditions and you know, they're total crap. Let's be honest. Yeah. But your parents are telling you, yeah, they're cheering you on. I mean, will they be there to pick up the pieces? Chances are they will, but they won't be as heartbroken as you are when it all goes crumbling down. So I think parents, listen to your kids, but also be honest. Be honest with them.
Don't hide.
Yes, yeah. Don't tell them how talented they are if they're not.
You can't
talented.
even say it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Now we've got a viewer who's joining us on the line. It's an AM Live Damu fan, Mr. Otoa Sifuna. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheila Mwanyigha.
How are you, Boba?
The results are out. Your students, wengine wamepita, wengine wameanguka. That is the naturality of life.
It is meant to happen.
Passed, congratulations. To those who have failed, you should not commit suicide.
No, it's not the end. It is never the end.
Yeah, but it is others are now mourning. They think the road has come to an end. Sheila, I have told you time and again that exams only provide an avenue for the continuation of the road. Right. I'm also speaking in the capacity of an English teacher in this country. And you saw yesterday that English is so much poorly performed.
Of course, and I'm completely blaming social media. People were writing compositions with lol, dedes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you even saw the cabinet secretary indicate and say that the kind of SMS we write is quite horrendous.
Thanks, with an X, exactly.
Where do we get the essence of constructing a simple sentence? If we have gone shorthand, we have, I think, Sheila, there's a big problem as far as creativity, as far as grammatical correctness is concerned. And I think you should bring us teachers on board on AM Live. We dissect where the problem lies. Students are not reading. Students are, the literature set books that are compulsory. Students are not reading them.
Okay, calm down. Mr. Sifuna, calm down.
He's clearly very upset about the English performance. Right?
Okay, sorry for the divergence, but I wanted to actually share in saying congratulations to Viola.
Yeah.
She's going places, and I've said time and again, let parents give an opportunity to their children to do what they can do best.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But one just very crucial question to Viola. Is music sustainable? You have talked it in terms of, gone are the times where you do something for leisure. You have to do something that puts food on the table. Is music sustainable? How much can somebody earn?
Music is sustainable. It's very sustainable. But first of all, the most important thing is you have to be talented to be able to do it. So it is sustainable. We do a lot of gigs. We work a lot. And if you produce, and there are very many avenues of income, with music. Online, we get, there's downloads, there's YouTube, there's advertising through your channels,
and the
there's
music
gigs, there's collecting royalties. Yes.
How do you beat the emerging competition? Because it's like, it is so flooded and some come up and before we even know them, they have disappeared. How do you beat that?
Staying ahead of the pack.
I think you just have to do what you're doing. Be true to yourself and do what you believe in, but also be a little bit commercial. You can't just you can't just be doing music for yourself, which is as I was saying, you have to take a little bit of time, watch the response to your music, and then know what sells, but still is true to you. But yes, it is very sustainable. It is very sustainable, and and gigs also pay well depending on
who's throwing the gig and what kind of concert you put up.
And it's not flooded. It's not flooded, not in any way, shape, or form. There's room for everyone. And I say that a lot because sometimes this industry can be so competitive and so negative, and everybody wants a piece of, I mean, everybody wants the pie to themselves, and yet the pie has,
so big, you could never
you can never eat it all.
And enjoy it all. There's enough for everybody.
Yeah, it is very sustainable.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sifuna.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for her comments.
Yeah.
But as I've always advised my students and any student anywhere else, let him or her do what they can do best.
Okay.
If you can play football, play it. If you can go on stage and do drama, do it.
Right.
If you can sing like Viola, sing.
Go for it.
But whatever you do, just like John Walker said, keep walking.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Sifuna. Have a lovely day. Huh?
I like Mr. Sifuna.
We like him too. Yeah, he just calls us and unleashes things.
He provides for good entertainment.
But it's great. He speaks what is out there. And you know, he's
it's
dealing
true.
with young Kenyans, young minds
He's
that
a
are
teacher?
looking. Yeah.
He's a teacher.
And they're looking up to you. They're looking up to the nameless and the wahoos and everybody. And I like that he puts some of these issues on the table. But before we wrap up, because it's amazing how quickly time flies.
It's already done?
Imagine that. Will you come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Before we talk about
absolutely.
how you're coming back again and how
Yes.
we're going to be in your next video,
Yes.
let's cross over to Kobi. She's
Hi,
checking out
Kobi.
feedback.
Really, I have a lot of great feedback here. You have a lot of fans. Yay. And you're going to sing for us a Kalusa cappella. Right? All right. So a lot of you have written. Yeah. Right. A lot of you have written in encouraging Viola and, of course, loving her music. Rhoda Wairimu is one of the viewers. That's a great musician. And her inspiration advice is wow. I like that too. Bill Roro says, I love the song Milele. Keep up the good work. Can Viola tell us where we can get her music? Twikong Andrew Rotich says, I salute you, Viola. All right. Then we have Duke Billy who says, wow, Viola has so many in one. Awesome vocalist, gorgeous, big up girl. Love your music. Edith is just saying, I'm suggesting a collab with Waire. Her sweet voice can go very well. Love the video that you've just played. Then we have Liane Kuhara who says, congratulations, Viola. It's good that you followed your passion. Philip Moore says, she is a diva, surely. What a talented chick. She rocks like Rihanna. Salute. Ooh, we like that. Those earrings, Kali Joe. I have actually edited the amount of feedback on your earrings. Oh, really? There's 25 comments. Everybody say the earrings are great. They match the little flowers back there, guys. Focus. Focus.
I match the decor.
Yes, you look
that's
fantastic.
Why we'll keep you here.
Yeah, you look fantastic. But be encouraged. A lot of people love your work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
much.
But of course, going back to the question that was asked concerning where people can find your music, how people can access you, how do you market yourself online?
Online, I must say, I've been really bad. I'm late on this
Don't worry,
online
it's
thing.
never too late.
Okay, so on Facebook, I am on Viola_Karuri. And if you're just typing it in, Viola Karuri Music, but just search for me as Viola_Karuri. On Twitter, this is just bad. Twitter is just bad. But anyway.
Not on Twitter?
I am, but I just find it so hard.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I can't get, you see Mr. Sifuna?
Yeah.
Those hashtags and what, they just, it's mind-boggling. I can't
Okay,
I can't
don't
take
worry.
it.
I'll give you private lessons
Yeah,
for free.
okay.
How's that?
For free? I just heard that I'll give you private
artist
lessons
has
and it
got to
ended
make
there.
a living.
Okay,
Okay,
so
but
at
you
Twitter,
can be rich.
yes,
and that
at
you
Twitter,
use these
I'm
platforms.
yes,
You
at
try.
Viola Karuri. On Twitter, at Viola Karuri. And YouTube, of course, you can just search for me and you'll find me. Yes, selling my music. My first album can be found, I think, at...
Are you on iTunes?
I'm about to say, yes, I'm on iTunes.
Right.
Locally, I was about to say New Metro, but then New Metro closed. The things that, the shops that replaced New Metro, they're going to kill me. But okay.
But it is available.
It is available, yes, and I'm on iTunes, and I'm going to get on Mdundo and Wabe as well.
All right, just make sure as many people as possible can interact with you.
Yes.
So what can we look forward to, or are you just pushing this new video
Right now, I'm just pushing Milele as much as possible. There's a lot of work coming out in the very recent future, in the very close future. Is that a good English?
No.
Okay.
Tosifuna is rolling on the ground.
I know, it's just kids like Viola. but very soon there's there's music coming out. But right now I want to focus on pushing this because I think it's a really good song. I mean, Kolo was amazing on it. Collins Majale was amazing on it. Right. And I think this is a brilliant song, and I think it'll resonate with everybody. It was an interesting write for me as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Viola, thank you for making the time to sit here with us. We will be checking in on you every now and then to find out what progress is going on. And if you ever need to come back and chat with us, you know the way.
I do need to come back.
Okay. So. The door is open. You can always come back whenever you want.
Thank you very much,
And if you want to reach her, she's already told us about her sites. And in case you missed out, we're going to post them on our social media so you can chat with this lovely lady who's just sounding so good and is going to make Kenya proud in the next few years. That said, we take a short break. Don't go too far. We'll be back.